there's some of the movement that I'm not sure of. Because Herb wound up in California, and Sylvia wound up in California, because Herb was drafted in California. How did that's something to do with? I know when they went to Florida, Herb was with them. How he wound up later in California, I don't know that part of the story at all.
Unfortunately, I don't either. That's why we're doing this. These stories are priceless.
As much as I don't know. That's one part of the life that I really don't know what happened. Sylvia did not go to Florida with us. Sylvia went right to California.
Right. Well, from Perry said, Sylvia and your mother were on the outs for a while.
Sylvia. Now, when Dad remarried, my mother was a kid. Herb was much younger than Sylvia. There's 4 years difference between them. That age makes a big difference. They had lived already with 3 different parts of the family. They lived with the Silver Trust and I think a couple of the others, and then they wound up in Mark's Nathan orphan home. So, I think she was old enough to be resentful of even my mom. My mom was a kid too. It's a kid looking after a kid that knows nothing about anything. So they maybe didn't, they didn't mesh right away, which is understandable.
That's tough, and Sylvia was old enough to remember her mother passing. Yeah,
7 or 8.
Yeah,
it's a tough age to
lose a parent.
Different parent, or a parent when you've been shifted around with so many, different terms and ribbon things, and and the orphanage. Not a good situation, But life is life.
Exactly.
You either learn how to roll with the punches, or you fight back and you get a little bit bruised. So she got a little bruised. It's life.
Yep. Tell me about your travels.
But later on, they became, and when everybody was old enough to realize what was what, they had a wonderful relationship.
Well, I remember going to me, Passover was my favorite holiday. That house smelled so good, and I was ready to throw something at Uncle Max to say, "End the Seder, can we eat?" Because the food was so good. Yep.